police. Let's break that story for our viewers. In related updates, what we are getting to know that they are also registering a case in the metro pillar collapse case. It is around 10:45 a.m. when the collapse was reported. Unfortunately, the mother and son who were traveling right underneath that under construction pillar, that steel cage that is visible on one side, the scaffolding that has completely come off. There could be various reasons for that, but they did not deserve to die. Now, the mother and son duo who were shifted to a hospital, what was being said that they sustained injuries, unfortunately succumbed to their injuries. There were at least 4 people who were traveling underneath that very same ill-fated steel cage of that pillar. Unfortunately, 2 victims, 2 casualties today have been reported.
Absolutely. So those kind of questions being asked, and they should be asked rather, Amita, because here's a city that continues to face the pothole menace. There are several talk about these kind of under construction accidents that for the first time have not been reported, remember. But nobody remembers this in the longer run. We see compensations being provided. We see politics being played over the same and in forgotten no time.
Well, absolutely. And more importantly here, the lives lost, are they accounted for? Because, it was no fault of theirs. They are commuting on the road. The taxes are being paid by, the people to commute on these stretches of the road in a safe manner. And while you have metro pillars now collapsing, you had in the past, potholes killing people. You've had various civic apathies that have led to led to injuries and deaths as well. Now, this is yet another appalling incident. Really, some big answers, that the government needs to give in this particular case as to what really went wrong. Who are these officials responsible? What is the kind of material that was used in the construction? All of these are big question marks that really come up. We'll have to see what the government really says in this particular
And we have been reporting continuously, Deepak, please to stay on with us, whether it comes to killer potholes, now killer pillars. We've been talking about open drains there, even when it comes to water logging, people being electrocuted. I mean, this is one of just many other incidents that have now taken the lives of the people. And this is the Aam Janta that we are talking about. We also have Mr. Ganpati with us from Bengaluru. Sir, what is your point of view?
This is a carelessness on the part of officials. While giving the approval, they should have given proper care for the pedestrian to move around. None of the Bengaluru road, when they are constructing metro, they are not given proper care. Here, the total officials are totally correct. Whoever come to the power, the Congress or BJP, both the fellows are correct. Officials totally correct. Bengaluru need a military rule for next 10 years to save this country.
Absolutely.
That kind of a corruption is going on in Bengaluru.
Okay. One part of the problem is corruption, and this is no excuse. The fact that this metal cage was not able to hold the weight of the under construction metro pillar, that's not going to settle down with anyone who's asking all of those relevant questions today. We have Malvika Avinash of the BJP also joining us on the phone line. Ms. Avinash, how would you respond? Questions being asked of the government, questions being asked of civic bodies on how this was allowed to happen.
First and foremost, let me offer my condolences to the family that has lost 2 precious lives. It is indeed unfortunate that this incident has occurred. The BMRCL will be pulled up by the government first and foremost to find out what went wrong, because this is not a stage at which I'd like to speculate about what could have gone wrong, who was at fault, and why such a ghastly incident has happened. I am not eligible to speak on that. However, I can say on behalf of the BJP that the matter will be looked into with utmost seriousness, and we'll have to check what went wrong, who was at fault, whether it was the contractors, whether the BMRCL authorities have not done.
But ma'am, can you give that assurance? Because we've seen that happening. Condolences come, acknowledgement is done, compensation is announced, then politics happens, but thereafter the incident is forgotten. Malvika ji? All right, Malvika Avinash of the BJP there. saying that the government will be looking into it and will be issuing also an inquiry into the issue as far as this unfortunate incident, Deepak, that had been reported. What is also being said that there are possibly other people as well who were injured in today's incident. Mother-son duo, they lost their lives, but are said to be other people as well who have been injured. We'll just confirm that with our reporters, but initially that is the information coming in so far. On your right is the civic apathy that has been reported today, and the entire route was to be cordoned off. It was to be closed. In fact, an advisory that was also given by the police that certain parts of the outer ring road will not be accessible to the people as the metro construction work that was underway. Deepak, coming back to you on that, unfortunately the pictures coming in from the hospital as well, the mother-son couldn't make it. Unfortunately, they lost their lives. Are there other individuals said to be injured as well in the incident?
Is the information that we've got. The DCP of East Zone, under which this particular area comes in where the pillar has collapsed. He has told us that 4 people were traveling on the stretch when the metro pillar collapsed. There was an individual called Lohit and mother Tejaswini as well, and twins, one son and a daughter, who were all traveling. And in that, Tejaswini and one of the son, Vihan, they are the 2 people who've lost their lives. The son was just 2.5 years old. Quite an unfortunate incident, really. The other 2 as well have sustained injuries and they are recuperating in the hospital. Their condition is something that the doctors are closely monitoring, is the information that we have. But the police have now confirmed that it's totally 4 people who've been injured in this particular incident. And as of now, we've also been told that the IAS officer, who is also the MD of the Bengaluru Metro Rail Corporation.
Okay, questions being asked of the BMRCL officials as well. Mr. Harish Bajur also joining us on the phone line. Mr. Harish Bajur, there are several issues that the citizens continue to face in a city such as Bengaluru, which by the way is a highly developed city. It's one of the mega cities in the country, a technological hub as well if we talk about the kind of employment that we see in the city of Bengaluru, and yet these kind of incidents continue to be reported non-stop.
Yes, it's totally sad. We are a world-class city in every way. We are a magnet city which is attracting the best of talent and people from everywhere. But, at the end of the day, we have to be hanging our heads in shame when 2 people die and many others get injured when construction work actually creates this kind of thing to happen. So if you ask me, there is just one solution, and we need to bite into that solution. In any developing city or across the world, if there is development work in progress, traffic is curtailed or traffic is blocked because you just never know what can happen. So it's extremely critical for us to ensure that if we are constructing a metro network, please make sure that traffic on both sides of the road are completely blocked and diverted. Now, if we can't do that, then we need to question whether night work is a way of doing it, or whether any other way of doing it is better than the way these 2 deaths have occurred.
Right, but Mr. Bajur, can we also talk about, increased activity, under construction activity, because they are already behind their deadlines. So to reach upon that deadline, many such compromises are made?
Under construction cannot for any attitude. There needs to be a zero tolerance to the...
Okay. We don't have a very clear line with you, sir. We'll reconnect with you later in the day. Thank you, Mr. Bajur, for speaking to us here on Times Now. Those are the visuals that we continue to get you, viewers. The mother and child have lost their life. Our colleague Deepak tells us that a couple of other people have also sustained injuries, given that this was the outer ring road area, a busy stretch in the region, in the city. Were vehicles not diverted? Were proper protocols not followed? Were SOPs not in place? Were they not being adhered to? Those are some of the very basic questions that comes to one's mind when we think of an incident such as this. A carelessness perhaps that has led to the loss of lives of 2, the mother and the son, who have lost their life today to this very tragic incident. Deepak continues to stay on with us. Deepak, any more details that we're picking up with regards to the construction work? Which company was involved? The BMRCL officials are also going to be pulled up as per what the BJP shared so far. Cops are registering a case. Anything that you've picked up on that front?
Well, as of now, the MD of the BMRCL, Mr. Anju Parvez, he visited the spot. As of the DCP, who of course gave us a little bit of information pertaining to, what exactly happened and how many people were injured. He is also at the spot. Now, we should understand that